Who is Randy?
Don't bring anyone mother into this.
Your mom in the fucking stand!
We were, speaking of dad stuff, we were watching The Hunt for Red October.
Yes. And we realized something that is totally true. And that is dads jack off to The Hunt for Red October and all Tom Clancy books and movies. What is it about a dad?
I don't know.
Talk to your dad and be like, hey, Dad, did you watch The Hunt for Red October? And watch how your dad goes, oh, yeah. And then be like, did you jack off to it? And he'll be like, what? And then later on, he'll probably be like, yeah, I did.
I did. Well, and I would argue that just like any Cold War stuff,
yes,
World War II.
Can I tell you my theory on this?
They love this war stuff.
My theory?
What?
It's twofold, okay? One is that they grew up in an era where this was the dominant environmental reality. Like the world you lived in was dominated by this adversarial relationship with, the East and another country. Yeah. So and also war. Like anyone who's a boomer, like if your dad's like between 60 and 80, like in that age gap, he either was born at the end of or towards the end of World War II or just after that, or during the Korean War, like born. So like you're in like these major wars, then was definitely alive, present, or involved in the Vietnam War.
Yes.
Which was like the last of like the, even though we've had Desert Storm and Afghanistan and all that stuff, the Vietnam War is different, like in the way that it was, in the way we were engaged in it and the way that it affected the world, right? So it's also just like part of their DNA.
Right,
the war stuff.
And those young men were drafted too. You forget that you had a neighbor who would get sent off to war, whereas we stopped
some were
drafting.
drafted. Some
your dad
sign up, like my dad. They were like, "I'll go." So that's
late in life. No, wasn't he a bit older?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought he was like 28.
No, that's like what guys like that did though. Like his brother too. They were just like, "Oh, I'll go."
It's wild.
Yeah. So, so there's that. Right? Like there's that, it's part of the environment. And then it's that these types of movies, essentially, they're intellectual action movies. See, we love action movies. There's remove your brain from thinking action. That's like Die Hard, Rambo.
Totes.
So
Seagal
you're just
stuff.
Exactly. Seagal, Van Damme, most Schwarzenegger, like it's all just like explosion, fight, shoot. But the story is real basic. It's always like, wife's in trouble. My kid's in trouble.
Protection. You must protect.
It's just like protect your family. If you get into a geopolitical storyline with espionage and that it's chess moves and deception, it's an intellectually stimulating, but it still has the payoff of the action, because that movie still has like shooting, torpedoes, explosions, blah blah blah, but it's under this storyline of defection and the Soviets and the U.S., and it gives you this sense that you feel more sophisticated watching the movie.
Yes,
like you're basically get to feel like, oh, I'm watching a smart.
You're smart.
Action movie.
It's like your Sex in the City.
It's
what women, we like the storylines between Big and Aiden and what is she wearing and the shoes. And then you guys are like, let's fucking blow up these Russians and the submarine. But also The Hunt for Red October.
Listen here, Ruski.
Yeah.
We believe in freedom.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's that good stuff of America.
Yeah.
We're fighting for democracy. We're fighting the Reds.
Yeah.
That's true. And shoot 'em ups and big crafts.
Yeah. So, but dads like to
talk
clear
about
and present
it too.
danger.
Yeah.
There's all these Tom Clancy, and then by the way, I got to tell you this. Sometimes with all these streaming, I feel like I'm somebody who gets very lost into just the Netflix world. Mm-hmm. So like I'm saying, when I turn on my streaming thing, I'll just go to Netflix, and I can forget that there's the other because there's so many now, and they're so competitive. And I did get into like Handmaid's Tale for a while, and I've seen The Mandalorian on Disney, and, but you'll forget. And I, by chance, because of that, I was like, I never checked out Jack Ryan, which is the character, the Tom
Yes.
Clancy character on Amazon. I fucking have ripped through this season. That is not only a really, really good show, but holy shit, did they spend real money making this. I mean, I don't know if it's public. I know it's public. They paid Krasinski like $2 million an episode. I feel like they spent $100 million making this season. It's really like, it's impressive production.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Really good. Every episode is like a
What's
feature.
the other one? The Timothy Treadstone?
Oh,
You
yeah.
watch Tread.
That's different. I mean, it's good. It's different though.
But this Jack Ryan thing was great. If
Yeah.
I didn't fall asleep so much.
So so they
I
are
would
doing a
watch
season
that.
3. What does it say there if you click on that link?
It's really good.
Because I bet that, I mean, that's probably a COVID delay, right? That's got to be.
And this is a smart one too. You feel like
It's the same character.
It's a dad genre.
Yeah, it's the same character.
Which reminds me too.
What's it say in the article?
Yeah, it says delayed.
Yeah, it's got to be COVID.
Come out 2021.
Yeah.
It's so good. This one's great. I love John Krasinski.
No, but I'll tell you this: if you like that sort of thing and you haven't gone on Prime to watch this, it's really good.
It's a great story.
He's great in the part, and it's really good characters, right? In the, like I said, the production. There's things like when you watch TV shows and there's like, you know, the shootout scene or the chase or the explosion. There's the TV version of it where you're like, oh yeah, that's what that is. But in your brain tells you this is basically the version they could make with their budget. And then you watch a feature and you're like, well, holy shit, you know? This thing they don't go short on
every
on
episode's
anything.
a fucking movie.
It's really, really good.
You know what I was thinking of too? Did your dad ever have dad toilet books that were war oriented? Like my dad had The House on Garibaldi Street, in the shitter, and like a 500-page book about the Holocaust, like the Third Reich. It would be like he loved to read about communism,
taking a shit.
KGB, CIA,
Yeah, same shit.
Holocaust.
Same thing.
Right?
Same thing. Yeah.
Your dad had the toilet books? Like
Also,
thick toilet books?
It's also a thing now where like you walk, you see I used to visit the house more when I was younger. You know, like every holiday you go to, and there's a certain point where you're walking in the living room and you're like, don't you feel like you understand Hitler now?
Yeah,
Like,
I think we all get it.
Have you seen enough Hitler stuff?
They love
And
it.
he's like, no. Nope.
Dads love Hitler.
And then they revisit like, this is the battle where, and you're like, but I mean, you know all this. And he's like, yeah, I like it. And then he just
They
fucking
love their Hitler. I
sits
know.
there, and this is when the Germans came into Paris. The Parisians didn't put up any fight. And you're like, okay. Hello, and thank you for watching that highlight. If you want to see more of those, we have them. They're provided for you. So enjoy. Just do a deep dive like you're trying to study us. Click on these and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, and then they'll just be delivered to you. You can watch them when they come out. Please do it.